what he has, so we can associate ourselves with that, and that becomes our identity. So, who am I, me? Without even looking at anybody's son. Who am I? What do I want to do in life? Where do I want to go in life? Okay, I normally do this. I have what I call life plan. Like Peace was saying, I sit down and I write, okay, at the age of 35, I want to have achieved this. 40, I want to have achieved this. 50, I want to retire or have retired and done this and this and this and this and that. And that becomes my goal. So when you come as a man, I sit you down and say, Menier, this is who I am and this is where I'm going. Can you handle it? Yes. No, there are no amends in subtractions. No. There are no amends in subtractions. This is who I am. And who are you? Where do you want to go? Do these two things come together? Do they complement each other? Or are we just coming and getting in there and I want to go pay? And one wise woman once said to me, the greatest mistake that you can ever do is find yourself when you're married. Because now, Mr. Moshama didn't marry this, ne? He married that. And now you want to change and become this. And inconvenience him and cause him to change or adapt to this thing that you want to become. But why not, as a single person, find out who you are so that when you come in there, Samashaka says, will you marry me? He knows he's marrying this thing, that is going to be that thing, and it's a good thing. You know, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, and some of us are very bad things. And we need to fix that. We need to fix that. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it a lot to women. We need to find who we are. Yeah. Because the reason why we feel like being married it's an achievement, like it's like being written, you know those stars in America where they write your name. We feel like it's that, but it's not. Right? It's not that. You see them in marriage, some of them got in there and it's hot in there. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we are admiring something that you're not even ready for. Yeah. But as single as I am, this is time for me to find out, okay, Trish, this is who you are. I normally say, me personally, when God started building me up, he had to sit me down. Let the girl sit down. Now, right, what are your likes and your dislikes? What are your weaknesses and what are your strengths? Write it on paper. Come on, Trish. Know who you are. So I had to write these things down and say, you know what, me, I'm very impatient. And you need to know that when you want to marry me, I have elements of impatience and you need to know how to deal with me. Yes. And I said that to my children, I call them my children, my sisters, and that I stay with, you know, my sister's kids that I stay with. I said to them, 6 o'clock, everybody in the house. If you want to be by 5 past 6, you see, you're somewhere else, go find somewhere in Mokoditane somewhere and stay there. And they know that when 6 o'clock is 6 o'clock, they better have communicated when they're not home. Because I can't even enjoy my TV now. Because I'm worried, where is she? Is she safe? Is she what? Is she this? Is she that? I need to know where you are. Communicate. So I know who I am. And they know how to deal with me. Some of you get into a relationship. You say this thing of, come on, 3 years later, we are still dating and you come out want to see who I am. You want to know me. It's because I didn't even know myself in the first place. Because had I known myself, I would tell you, listen, Brad, this is who I am. Ne? This is who I am, and you come and say, this is me, you also, this is who I am. And then we mix these things and see, can these things work together? And we marry. Now people are spending 7 years, come out dating. For what? For the who? Why are you dating for so long? At least 6 months. By the time 6 months come, you might say, I thought you were saying like this, but you're not. 6 months. 6 months. So now 6 months, I think we can't do this. Not 2 years try to see and test me. Because now we are busy tasting and testing each other. You know, you want to see if I'm lukewarm or I am hot. This thing, do you love me or no? No, I don't think you love me. I need to see if you love. We just don't know who we are. We just don't know. If I would ask you now, what is love to you? What is love? When you say, I feel so loved, what do you mean? What, you know what I'm saying? Like if I come and say, this guy loves me, it means he's catering for 1, 2, 3, 4 of my feelings and my emotions and my whatnot. But you don't even know. When you don't even know how someone should make you special. Kama, what do you like? Kama, no, just buy me anything. Because you don't know who you are. But would you sit down with yourself and make peace? I know I can talk, guys. Like I can talk, but maybe talking is better. Ask me to write you an SMS, and I am pissed. I will write, and for me it takes 3 seconds, and it will take an hour for you to read that SMS and digest it and try to understand and read in between the lines and everything. It's who I am. And I've made peace with who I am. Some of us have been told, I grew up and they were telling me, well, you have big lips and all those things and everything. Until one day I looked in the mirror, I'm like, Jesus. Yes. This is what you created, Jehovah. Bless you. Yes. I used to have a dentist. Her name was Dr. Sonopo. She used to say every time she'd tell me, Trish, please come and fill your gap and everything. I said, woman, you see this thing that God has made? It was not a mistake. God made it on purpose. No one. You can go anywhere you want. You will not find this. This is original. So I am not tampering with what God has made. I am fine. I have the most beautiful smile ever. So thank you. Bye. You need to know who you are. Make peace with who you are. Because now, if you don't know who you are and you don't know what your values are, right? You get into a relationship and this person, not you, but this person decides to walk all over your values. And you don't even know that this person is infringing on who I am. Yeah. I'll tell you a story. This guy says to me, you know what? I want to marry you. I'm like, okay, you come right. I like a man who knows what he wants when he sees it. So, no, I want to marry you. Okay, no, this time we're going to get married and everything. And then we do happen that I say, okay, now, since you stay out of town, we need to come and sit and talk. We have known each other before, so we're not meeting on Facebook, okay? So he said, no, we want to come and we sit down. And me being me, loving, and I said, okay, now we can sit over coffee. Just sit over coffee and stuff. And the guy comes, and they're laughing because they know the story. And the guy comes, and we sit, and then the guy, and then I said, okay, no, I stay in block 5, so GICC much better. I mean, I like their coffee. I normally have coffee there. I don't go to coffee because you took me to coffee. I've been to coffee 100 times before. So you're not introducing me to cappuccino, sir. I know this thing. And this is the one mistake. I'll come back to this one. Let me talk about this. This is the one mistake that we do. I took my sisters to senators the other time. And I said to them, listen, children, this is how you treat yourself as a woman. You take yourself out. You introduce yourself to life. When the person comes, it is not a revelation or it's not something that you have not seen before. You know this thing. It's not new. He cannot manipulate you over a cup of hot cappuccino. You cannot sleep with a man just because he bought you KFC. Don't even buy in KFC, people. Not nice places you can go to. And go there and sit there and they give you water in lemon and you wash your hands. Come on. And I said to them, you go to Sanitas. No guy who was going to Sanitas was walking there. It's in the bush. They came driving. So you need to know what standard you want. Second, the Bible says that a Proverbs 31 woman, her value is far above than rubies. It means that this woman has a price tag, and it's not a man that puts a price tag on you. You tag yourself. And say, so I buy KFC out of my cravings. I crave KFC, guys. I don't eat KFC on a daily basis. Not that I have money, no. You can go the same pizza that you can get in Debonair's for $100. You can get it in Mogolod. Same price, better taste. You get what I'm saying? So you choose where you want to go. And now you need to expose yourself. Yourself. You need to expose yourself. Don't wait for a man to come and say, room 52. No. When you go there, you tell him, listen, I actually love that table. The view there is actually better because you've been there and you are paying for yourself. This thing of making men, honestly, the things we do to men are horrible as ladies. You want him to be the one to teach you this thing, and then everything, he's the one who's come ahead to come and teach you how to drive because now he's showing you that he loves you. Why don't you just go to driving school yourself? It's more romantic when he gives you his car keys and say, you know what? Not when he can't even teach you with his BMW because it's too expensive and he will crash it. You know what I mean? So you expose yourself. And I said to my sisters, expose yourself. And when you go out, make sure that you get some moolah with you. You don't go to a restaurant with a guy and you get there, he says, he come out, that goes under the table, and he do this, gives you a hint, and then you can't even leave because you just ate a meal that you don't know how you're going to pay, and he must pay for it. Begging that you will pay for it. If you don't like it, you call the waiter. Come. No, my plate was 160. I'll pay for it. I'm going. Bye. But what we do is we go. But let me go back to that story. So this guy. So this guy, we said no, and then when he gets here, he says, you know what, I'm a bit hungry and whatnot and everything and whatnot. And he says, okay. I'm like, okay, no, GSS is like in 3 sections. You need to choose where you want to sit. Because you need to know what you want to eat, right? Just to know where you want to sit, right? Yeah. So he goes and stuff, and then we sit down, and then they bring, a cafe, what do you call this? A menu. And then he chooses and he said, you want to eat? I'm like, no, I'm good. I just want tea. And says, okay, cool. You just want tea? Okay, fine. And he orders and then he gets a glass of wine. I'm like, okay. So he gets a glass of wine. Now, I had a bit of money, in my purse. And even though currently I didn't have money, but I had a bit of money in my purse, right? I had like 150 in my purse. And I've left my cards and my everything and whatnot. So the guy comes and he eats and everything, and he even asks, no, can't we take a platter for 2 so you can have something? I'm like, no, my friend, I'm fine. So he eats and he finishes, and I ordered another glass of wine, and humnate, everything. And then the bill comes. Just not to burden him much because I had said coffee. Let me just take a 50 and put for that glass, right? So, because I actually wanted to tip with that money so that when he pays, at least pop something. You just don't eat and everything is the man. No. Be proper, woman. So, he comes and stuff and he like complains like, no, what's the $50 for? I'm like, no, it's for the wine and stuff and whatnot. So the guy or waiter comes and says, you know what, he wants to go, and I'm like, no, wait, give us a second. Because I'm waiting for the brother man to take out his purse and pay, like, no, like, card and... Sorry. That guy keeps on derailing, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, and then he's like, no, and then he says, I thought you were paying. I'm like, say what? And for me, I'm thinking maybe he's just pulling my leg, And I take out the money. I'm like, no, this is the only money I have on me, and So what are we gonna do? I looked at that guy's eyes and I'm like, Jacob, save me. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have money in my bank account. I only have this money on me. And I called a friend. Said, you know what? I said, in front of him. I made sure I do it in front of him. And I said, Norma, I need 200 bucks now. Like the bid is like 300 up me. I need 200 bucks now. And she's like, she wants to make juice. I'm like, Norma, I need 200 bucks now. And she says, okay. And she cuts the call and she sends money and all that. And I go to the ATM and get money and come back and he said, now, I've paid and I've even tipped on our first date to a guy who said, I'm marrying you in 6 months. And I'm like, okay, for some reason, I don't have this thing where you can actually be angry at someone right there and then. I go home and I boil first and then cool down and boil again and then on you. So I went home and stuff and then boiled and then I'm thinking the guy will call and say I'm sorry and whatnot and everything. And I'm like, okay, fine. On him. But now, a friend of mine says to me, Trish, go back and apologize. Maybe you are still, getting himself together and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay, listen, man, I know I'm fire. So sorry, ne? Sorry, can we talk now? Proper cool down and everything and all that. But he keeps on pushing it and pushing it. But each time we talk, this is what he says. He makes sure that he lets me know that, when you were saying these things, they were so harsh. I even got what do you call this thing? I got panic attacks. I did something of that sort. Like, it's not anxiety attacks. I got anxiety attacks, and I even almost went to the hospital, and I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I'm like, but here I'm the one who's supposed to be emotional. Now he's the one being emotional. What is this? So no, we keep on going and going and going, but in the midst of everything, there is an emotional manipulation going on because he keeps on talking about his anxiety attacks, his that attacks, and he attack this, attack that. When he said that, and it's 2 weeks later, and when and he has not apologized, by the way. And I said to him, listen, Manier, I think here we are going wrong. Because tomorrow I may find myself in a place where I can't express myself. Because I don't know, maybe it will give you a heart attack. Or I don't know for how long I'm going to keep on apologizing. So I think this is not the right thing. Because I speak. Sometimes I speak, but I speak. And I ought to speak. And if I don't speak, it's not me. And it will be taking out a part of me. And I can't be in a relationship where I can't say, you know what, baby, I think this is wrong. Because you might go to the hospital and And then I said to God, you know what, God, this guy came so well and he said the right things, profile, everything on point and everything. But I'm not going to be able to deal with this. This right here is not what I'm going to do. So I called my friends and said, this is wedding postponed. Oh no, wedding cancelled. We have cancelled the wedding. There is no wedding. And I was comfortable in saying that. And my question was, if I can pay my own bill, I told people that I'm getting married, my sister. And then the guy doesn't have money. Now I have to go to the bank and get a loan so I can give him in secret, and he goes and buy my car and pay Lobola, and then after paying Lobola tomorrow, and then he goes around there because and he goes around and everything, and then the loan was in my name, and then he leaves, and this is what women are dealing with every day. But these things, we don't see them when we are in marriage. We see them when we are outside. And it is your sole responsibility to put yourself first. Women need to know how to put themselves first. I am valuable. My value is enough. And I need to put myself first. Say, I don't care how much you love me. I love me more. And if you're going to love me to a point where now it's infringing on my values and everything, please, honey, it's okay. It's all right. Bye. I can deal with me. I can handle me. So we need to be able to tell, this is who I am, and if you're crossing this line, I don't care how hot you are, bye, go. But we get ourselves into situations because we are desperate for this thing called marriage. Because, you know what, I'm not underestimating the value of wanting to. I put myself under pressure sometimes also. And say, you know what, I need a man. You know what, Sunday, I want to go out, for lunch. I'm tired of my children. Every day I get home, mama. I want somebody to say, baby, baby, just once. So it becomes, you get into pressure sometimes. But what I want you to go out with is love yourself, know yourself, love yourself more than you can love the men that you're going to love. And you also, men. This thing of just because I'm a slay queen and I'm beautiful and I can speak to you anyhow, and then come on, I like her because you feel insecure that come a beautiful girl likes me, and then it validates you. It must stop. Also, this is the reason why you're killing us every day, because you are now attaching your humanity and your human being to another human being. And lastly, I would say, please stop making people your oxygen. They are not everything. Stop making them your oxygen. Without you, I cannot breathe. Without you, I can't live. I can't sleep at night. No, I am 21 years old. Before I was 21, you were not there. You met me when I was 21 and I was breathing. Oxygen was still free. You will go and oxygen will still remain free. So you can go, I'll be fine. I'll be totally fine. So let us stop making people our oxygen. The reason why you're making that person your everything is because you yourself have not built yourself enough. The reason why you're feeling lonely and desperate now is because you have not built yourself. If you are building something, you will not have even one day to feel your loneliness. Thank you.